Good morning, all of you. In today's class, we will discuss the continuation of clinical laboratory instruments, in which we already discussed about the colorimeter. In today's class, we will already discuss about spectrophotometer. So, under these headings, we will discuss spectrophotometer. So, spectrophotometer refers to the quantification and characterization of the colorless compounds by irradiation with the UV or visible light and measuring the absorbance. The instrument UV visible spectrophotometer is used this purpose, and this spectrophotometer is working based on the Beers and Lambert's law. So, Beers and Lambert's law we already discussed in the colorimetry class. So, how Pearson-Lambert's law helps in identification of unknown concentration of sample. The formula how it is derived already we discussed. So, refer the colorimeter chapter. Okay. So, if they ask in exam, you have to write the principle. Though along with this lines, you have to write the principle of Pearson-Lambert's law also. Here you can see the parts of spectrophotometer, usually the light source and the lens and prism are diffraction grating, so which will give the required monochromatic light with a specific wavelength, which will pass through the slit, and then the sample may be a colorless sample which will absorb the some of the light and which will transmitted or emergent light will be displayed or irradiated on the photocells, which will convert the light into electrical energy and will be displayed. Here you can see the parts of or instrumentation of spectrophotometer. So, the light source is deuterium or hydrogen lamp or mercury arc lamp or xenon charge lamp. So, usually use our deuterium lamp. The next slit, it allows only a beam of light, so it will exclude the unwanted or stray light. And the lenses which contains the light which will give parallel beam of light, and diffraction grating are the prisms. So, this will gives the single required wavelength of light with a very narrow wavelength, and cuvettes usually are quartz cuvettes which holds the sample, and the path length usually at 1 centimeters in length or diameter, and the photomultiplier, so which will convert the light energy to the electrical energy and increase the intensity of light. So, because of this photomultiplier, even the light intensity is very low, even though this photomultiplier will increase the intensity of the light, and we can detect the minute quantity of the sample. And the recorder records the absorbance of solution measured by the galvanometer and display the percentage transmittance or optical density, which will displayed. So, how the spectrophotometer will work? The light from the deuterium or the hydrogen lamp or mercury arc or xenon charge lamp is converted to the monochromatic beam by a quartz or usually a diffraction grating and a parallel beam of by a slit. So, the parallel monochromatic beam incident on the sample which is taken in a silica or quartz cuvettes. So, the UV light absorbed by the functional group of the test compound. Next, the absorbance lead to the excitation of bonding electrons of the compound. So, the absorbance is detected by the photomultiplier tubes, which will increase the intensity of the light, which will. So, the absorbance recorded against the UV light wavelength by recorder to give an UV visible absorption spectrum, which is proportional to the concentration of the compound. Next, here also we will take a series of standard solution of known concentration, means the standard solution with different concentrations, so which could be irradiated in the same manner, and the absorbance or ODF, those standards will be recorded, and those value will be put in a calibration curve, which is prepared by plotting absorbance of the OD against the concentration of the standard solutions. The concentration of the test solution can be determined from the curve. So when we doing the practicals, I will tell you how we have to put or plot the graph by using the different standard ODs. Next, applications or uses of spectrophotometer. So qualitative analysis of proteins, nucleic acids and hemoglobins, etc., and also quantitative analysis of estimation of proteins by example Lowry's method, and enzyme assays and LDH, pyruvate dehydrogenase or pyruvate kinase and urease enzymes activity also we can be measured, and other physiological studies and determination of reaction rates, and also detection of functional groups of compounds by measuring the absorption maximum. Here you can see the absorption maximum of the different compounds, like here proteins 220 nanometer and nucleic acid 260 nanometer, and NADH and FAD, NADH which contains 340 nanometer and FAD 450 nanometer, and FADH2 is a 570 nanometer. So mostly used FAD or NADH, which is used in the various enzymatic assays. So to confirm the presence of conjugated double bonds and aromatic rings and the ketoenols and tautomeric forms of biological compounds. And care and maintenance of and operation of spectrophotometers. So the instrument should be operated strictly according to the operation instructions which will provided by the instrument, and the proper wavelength should be selected based on the color solution or the colorless solution, and use the correct type and clean cuvette in the spectrophotometer as recommended by the manufacturers, and the instrument should be switched on and allowed to warm up for a few minutes, and the cuvette containing the blank should be kept in slot which is provided for it, and the instrument should be adjusted to 100% transmittance or the zero absorbance. Next, that is called the instrument zero. Next, after that the blank should be replaced with a standard and the test solution. Next, the cuvette should be washed with the distilled water immediately after the use, and don't let it dry with a sample in it. So usually you should wash immediately. Next, clean the instrument with a damp cloth which soaked in the water and mild detergent if any spillages occurred. At the end of the day, disconnect it from the instrument from the main switch and cover the spectrophotometer with its protective cover. And also you have to check the instrument regular intervals. Check the main power adapter and cable for wear and tear and replace it if it is any damage occurred means. And also you have to keep in cool place away from corrosive chemicals or the fumes. So come to the differences between colorimetry and spectrophotometers. Here you can see the advantage and disadvantages of this colorimeter and spectrophotometers. Here you can see that the colorimeter, the electromagnetic spectrum is only 400 to 700 nanometer. That is only for visible range. So we can measure only color compounds. Whereas in the spectrophotometer we can measure color compounds as well as colorless compounds, which will usually measured in UV or infrared regions. So this is the advantages and disadvantages for in the electromagnetic spectrum. And the light source is here tungsten lamp in the colorimeter, whereas in the spectrophotometer here deuterium and hydrogen lamps. Here the deuterium hydrogen lamps are also costlier than the tungsten lamps. That is one of the disadvantages of spectrophotometer here. And the chromatic devices are here we are using glass filters, which will we can select only range of wavelength. We can't select a specific single wavelength. Whereas in spectrophotometer we can use the diffraction gratings or prisms. By using that we can select a single wavelength of light. That is the advantage and disadvantage. And cuvettes, here glass or quartz cuvettes are used, where in the spectrometer we can't use the glass cuvettes, only quartz cuvettes can be used. And the absorbance, so measure of concentration of only color solution, whereas in the spectrophotometers we can measure the concentration of color and colorless solutions also. And the detectors are here photo cells, where the spectrophotometer we can use photo multiplier tubes. So by this the sensitivity of spectrophotometer is more than the colorimeter. This is the one of the advantages of spectrophotometer. And the sensitivity is very low compared to the spectrophotometer, whereas in the spectrophotometer there is 1000 times more than the colorimeter. And the cost is low, that is the advantage of colorimeter, and it is portable compared to the spectrophotometer. And whereas when compared to the cost, the spectrophotometer is 10 to 100 times more than the colorimeter, and the instrument is much more bulkier or heavier than the colorimeter, and which cannot be easily transportable. So these are the differences between colorimeter and spectrophotometer, and also you can see the advantages and disadvantages of this colorimeter and spectrophotometer. So this will end the clinical laboratory instrument topic. So almost we covered everything which is in your syllabus. So if you have any doubts according to these classes, or any if you don't understand anything, feel free to ask. So we will clarify your doubts. Thank you.